I'm your host, Heather Vickery. I'm happy to be here with you today. Today, we are talking about the relationship between joy and confidence. And I want to make sure that on TikTok and Substack, you can hear me well. I have little microphones. Maybe I should move them up higher. You're watching. Let me know if the sound is okay for you. Hopefully, it's working really, really well. So every Thursday at 12 p.m. Central, I come on and do this live show on TikTok, Substack, YouTube, and LinkedIn. So I'm really happy to have all of you here with me today. For those of you who are new, welcome. I am a transformation coach. What that means is that I help people go from where they are to where they want to be by learning to know, like, and trust themselves and lead from embodied joy. And I do that mainly by helping people through human design to know, like, and trust themselves, understand themselves. And then we use guys, the doors are slamming, the kids are around. Crazy. Forgive me. Can I just start over? I see that Margaret is here and Megan is here and Megan can hear me. Megan's my favorite person this week. I just need you to know that. You're that Megan, right? Right? Megan is winning all my gold stars this week. I love you and I appreciate you. Let me start over because I think the kids have actually left and the doors should stop slamming. I'm Heather Vickery. I'm a transformation coach, and I help people go from where you are to where you want to be by learning to know, like, and trust yourself deeply and completely, and then lead from embodied joy. And I do that specifically through human design, which is designed to help you get to know yourself, live into yourself, expand exactly as you're designed to expand instead of following all the bullshit rules that society has placed on you. And then through NLP and subconscious reprogramming, which will help you get rid of the subconscious beliefs and truths that are driving the bus in your life and you don't even realize it. The thing is, when you think of your mind, I want you to imagine an iceberg. You see the tip of the iceberg. We can see that from outside. But the iceberg is huge and it's all underneath the surface. That is representative of your subconscious mind. And I'm here to tell you right now, your subconscious mind has a lot of power. And so this is why you behave in certain ways, even though intellectually your mind will say, no, I'm not going to do that. No, I don't want to do that. Yes, I'm good at this or whatever it is. And your subconscious mind, you end up doing something else. It's because your subconscious mind runs the show. But the good news is you can shift your subconscious mind and it doesn't even have to be that hard. I think that's really, really cool. So human design helps you create the awareness piece. And then NLP helps you unwire and decondition from all the bullshit that has been put on you your entire life. Megan says that she downloaded her human design subliminal audios this morning, and she is so excited to see the shifts from using them in the next few weeks. Megan has several of my subconscious reprogramming subliminal audios and just got the entire human design subliminal package. I'm so excited for you, Megan. I'm so excited to hear how they work. I think you were just telling some folks the other day on LinkedIn how you find these subliminals help you. But a lot of folks will tell me that they initially start to just feel a little bit of a calm, some more clarity. I had someone text me earlier this week that said, when I'm feeling like I'm really anxious, I'm going down the rabbit hole, I'll listen to one of your human design subliminal audios and I instantly feel a little bit more calm. And then I recognize that I'm feeling a little bit more creative. I am approaching problem solving differently. I'm willing to try new things. So that's a lot of fun. Anyway, got derailed. I love doing the subconscious reprogramming. I'm also a community builder and retreat host. One of the reasons Megan's my favorite person this week because she helped get 3 new people into the Costa Rica retreat. It's going to be amazing. We do have some spots left, but they are now officially selling really, really fast. So if you're looking to find an expansive amount of time, 6 days all inclusive at the Emaloa Institute in the middle of the rainforest, in the middle of the jungle in Costa Rica, to truly rest, to hear yourself, to give yourself space to learn. Hi, Lisa. How are you? To explore and expand, to adventure, to try new things. Costa Rica is going to be amazing. We have 5-star chef creating plant-based anti-inflammatory food, luxurious accommodations, but really truly in the middle of the jungle. It's a really exciting. So if you're curious to know more about the Costa Rica retreat, let me know. I would love, love, love to have you there, but space is filling up. And once space is full, space is full. All right. So I've told you who I am. I've told you what I do. I also am an avid reader. So if you follow me on Substack or TikTok, you've probably seen me posting about books all the time. I just finished my 89th book of the year. So this episode today, this episode of Live with Heather, is all about the relationship between joy and confidence. I share that I'm an avid reader because reading is, in fact, something that gives me tremendous joy. It also gives me inspiration and creativity. I can see things from different people's perspectives. I learn things, I expand. I find that I can feel connected to other worlds. It's great for taking a break when I need it, but also lighting me up, inspiring me. Earlier this week, I finished reading, I was actually listening to Taylor Jenkins Reid's um, Atmosphere, and I have to tell you, I think out of 89 books, it's my favorite book of the entire year. So I highly recommend, if you are a reader, check this one out. It was beautiful, heartfelt, written gorgeously, different POVs, different timelines. I love all that stuff. Very educational, very interesting, and near and dear to my heart as it explored the relationship of being a queer woman in the 1980s in a men's field space. Highly recommend it. So, all right, let's get to today's conversation, which is the relationship between confidence and joy. So, confidence is often considered what we would call a hard skill, right? Like that's a big, strong, powerful thing, right? What do you think traditionally confidence looks like out in the world? Feel free to drop a comment and let me know what you think. But what I think the traditional roles, AKA the men focused patriarchal roles of confidence, is you're strong, you're powerful, you don't back down, you never quit, you take command of a room. And sometimes those things can be confidence. But my work is centered around being a heart centered, conscious leader so that we can make actual impact and change in the world around us. And in order to do that, we need to redefine confidence in general because confidence can often be knowing when to step back and let somebody else lead, when to ask questions, when to listen, when to offer advice, when to open it up to the room around you. Confidence can be what one would call a soft skill. I don't like that term because I think the quote unquote soft skills are actually the most powerful, empowering ways to be leaders, to be thoughtful, to be kind, to be considerate, to recognize the space that you take up in a room, the energy that you bring to the room, and how to help lift other people up. Those are really strong, powerful leadership skills, and they require a great deal of confidence. In fact, I would say some of the people that you know who on the surface look confident. Maybe there's one big orange buffoon you guys that comes to mind. I don't know. Um, it's really a lack of confidence. If you're boasting all the time, if you have to tell people all the time that you're great or that you're important, you might not be so great or so important. Just going to put that out there. Confidence isn't about being the loudest or the smartest. Hi, Alana. Confidence is about being the loudest or the smartest. It's not being the most certain person in the room, knowing everything, having all the answers, never making mistakes, or always controlling the narrative or the conversation. Yeah, Megan says being sure of who you are is confidence. I love that. Yes, it is. Being sure of who you are and confident enough to not have to have all the answers, know everything all the time. One of my favorite moments in life, core memory unlocked. I was at a conference with my dear friend who is no longer Earthside, Gail. Gosh, I miss her so much. We were at a conference in Salt Lake City, actually, in 2019, and Barack Obama was one of the featured speakers. And one of the things that he said that stuck with me the most was that it wasn't his job to know everything. It was his job to put people in positions that needed to know everything about that specific thing. And so when there was emergency, a national emergency, he would say, I got a person for that. I know who can solve that because I can't be an expert in everything. We can't know everything. So a really good leader knows when to outsource and when to delegate. And I think that that's really, really important. I call bullshit on all of the old patriarchal ways that we're supposed to be confident. Real confidence is quiet most of the time. Real confidence is steady, it's secure, it's prepared, it's willing to be flexible, it's willing to shift the narrative, it's willing to give other people the floor or the space, it's willing to ask questions and truly listen to the answers. That is real confidence. I'm gonna read something that I wrote about confidence, and actually it's really interesting. So, for those of you over on Substack, I follow an incredible human design subconscious reprogramming expert. We did a guest, live together earlier this month. Um, Eva is amazing, and she posted something on Substack earlier today that said, "I don't wanna be a boss babe, I wanna be a soft CEO," and I loved that, a soft CEO. I wanna be a soft CEO, so I'm gonna read something to you that I wrote a couple weeks ago. True confidence sounds and feels like this: "I trust myself to speak up even when my voice shakes. I trust myself to take up space without apology. I trust myself to make mistakes and still be worthy. I trust myself enough to change my mind." Confidence isn't about being right, it's about being rooted. Now, human design helps us do that because we get to understand what we're rooted in, what's naturally for us. But none of this works unless you're practicing the brave method, which is my creative strategic approach to problem solving. I'm pointing over my shoulder here, my book, Fuck Fearless Making the Brave Leap, I break down the brave method, which is powerful and beautiful and works in every scenario in life, business, all across the board. Brave is an acronym and it stands for boundaries, what I call the 3 R's: reassessment, reframing, resilience, action and accountability, vulnerability, and then expansion and empowerment. That's your result: expansion and empowerment. When you choose yourself, when you show up for yourself, when you take time for yourself, when you stand in your power, you are expanding and empowering yourself. And the brave method is just an approach to help you do that. We use the brave method in all my coaching. I use it when I support people through human design and subconscious reprogramming. I use it as a foundational piece in the retreats that I do because it works all the time. So the 3 R's is one of my most powerful elements of the brave method: reassessing, reframing, resilience. You can't change anything if you're not aware of it first. So, reassessment, looking at it, what happened? Do I like it? Do I want it? Do I want to keep it? Do I want to change it? What do I want to do differently? Reframing, what didn't work? How can I say, okay, so that didn't work. So, what did I learn? What is my gift? What is my message? What do I want to do differently? And then resiliency is showing up again, but doing it differently. Resiliency is the number one key indicator into whether or not a person will be successful. It's not skill. You can learn skill, but you have to believe in possibility and hope. You have to know that you're not stuck, that there can be change, and you have to be willing to create the change, to be the change, to try new things because what you were doing before wasn't working. It wasn't getting you where you wanted to go, and it wasn't bringing you joy. The relationship between confidence and joy has to come with flexibility. It has to come with reassessment, reframing, and resilience. When you find a kind of self trust inside of yourself, it leads to confidence. When you stop outsourcing your worth, it leads to confidence. When you stop trying to be perfect, it leads to confidence. But more importantly, it leads to joy. When you stop trying to know everything and please everyone all the time, and you center yourself and you focus on yourself and you set boundaries and you ask for what you want and you take up the space that you are designed to take up, it leads to joy. And, when people always tell me, that you're worried people won't like you anymore, like, whatever, what are your stories? What are your stories? Share your stories. What are your nonsense stories about why you can't X? I can't try this new thing. I can't set this boundary. I can't ask for this, whatever it is. I want you to take the time to think, well, what's the worst thing that could happen if I tried it? What's the best possible thing that could happen if I tried it? And what's actually likely to happen? Is it worth the risk? Can I just try it a little? We get so worked up in the stories in our head. We get so built up by what we think we know for sure that we don't take intentional action. We don't put ourselves out there in ways that can lead to the results that we want. That creates a lack of confidence and certainly a lack of joy. And I don't want that for any of you. Joy and confidence are deeply, deeply linked. When you feel confident, joy is more accessible. But when you choose joy, confidence is more ready, right? It's a bit of an infinity. It's a chicken or the egg kind of thing. You think, oh, if I can just do X, Y, and Z, I'll be more confident and I'll be more joyful. And I'm here to tell you that it doesn't really work like that. Choose the joy first, trust yourself in that joyful space, and you will feel more confident. When you take the time to love on yourself and prioritize yourself and give yourself the gift of of the brave method, the reassessment, reframing resilience, setting boundaries, taking intentional action, showing up authentically and vulnerably, you will be more joyful. It will lead to confidence. Confidence supports joy. Joy nurtures confidence, which is beautiful. They both make the other more possible. You'll get more of both when you lean all the way in, and you don't need to wait until you're ready. I know that sounds crazy, but what's one thing you could do today that would bring you a little bit more joy? Bring you a little bit closer to trusting yourself and being confident with yourself? What's one thing you could do? Who can help you stay accountable for that? If you're in my Spark Collective, like Megan is, I can. You can comment on any of the threads there. I can help you stay accountable, right? Find ways to hold your feet to the fire to show up for yourself. If you want to explore this more, how to recognize what is playful and joyful for you, how to build more of it into your life, how to know, like, and trust yourself better, how to get rid of the stories, the negative beliefs, the emotions, the feelings that are keeping you stuck. Because you are only stuck if you choose to be stuck. You don't have to stay stuck. If you want to shift all of that, I can help you and I would love to. We can do something really simple, like a one off subconscious shift session. You can follow the link in my bio for all of these things. That's just one session. If there's one specific issue or problem that you want to work through, that might be a great session for you. If you want something bigger, you need some more expansive work, we can do um, the Mind Shift program, which is 6 sessions that combines human design with subconscious reprogramming. Maybe you want to know more about your human design. You want to get a human design reading. If you don't already know your human design, get your free chart on my website. So vickeryandco.com. But if you go to the link in my bio, you'll see vickeryandco.com/social. It'll take you directly to where you can get all of these things, including the free human design chart. And then if you wanna know more about it and you wanna explore that with me, you can book a custom reading. I would love to do a custom reading for you. Oh, hello, my love. Thank you, thank you, thank you for the hearts. Um, you can also, if you already know your human design and you're ready to start shifting things and feeling more aligned and feeling better, grab a human design subliminal audio or a few of them. You can buy one individual audio, a package of 5, which is your type, strategy, authority, profile line, and environment, or a set of 9, which are all of the centers. We send you defined or undefined based on your specific chart, or get all 14: type, strategy, authority, profile line, environment, head center, ajna, throat, G center, heart, sacral, root, your spleen, and your solar plexus. You can get all of them. I've worked so hard to make these really accessible and really affordable, and they work. I am getting such fantastic feedback from people about them. So go check out the Human Design Subliminal Audios. But if you're really ready to step into all of this, you really want to take things to the next level, and you know you deserve space and time and quiet and rest and relaxation and adventure and exploration, join me in Costa Rica in January of 2026 at the MLO Institute for the Reclaim Your Peace retreat. This is a 6-day immersive experience for people who are ready to lead from joy, to lead from rest, to trust their intuition, to embody clarity, to expand naturally and beautifully. Look, none of these are quick fixes. They're just invitations to return to yourself so that you can trust yourself more and others more, so that you can feel more, take up more space, be more expansive, so that you can create a life that feels like it's yours, a life that you actually love, that you want to be a part of every day. So I have a couple of reflective questions to share with you, things I want you to really think about. And I invite you to genuinely think about them. And if you want to comment on anything or send me a DM or reach out in another way, feel free to do that. But I want you to ask yourself, Where have you been mistaking control for confidence? Ooh, that's a great question, isn't it? Where have you been mistaking control for confidence? What's one way that you could let joy lead, even for just one afternoon? What's one way that you could let joy lead, even if it's just for one afternoon, or maybe even just for a few minutes? Where in your life are you ready to trust yourself a little bit more? Where in your life are you ready to trust yourself a little bit more? And when you admit that, when you honor it and accept it, then the question is, what's keeping you from doing it? What's keeping you from trusting yourself a little more? What would it mean if you did trust yourself a little more? What would become possible? What would stop being true if you trusted yourself just a little bit more? I love that. Now, I promised, I went in and I posted, and I could really use this today. So we're going to do this, folks. I promised that we would do a guided EFT tapping in today's session. I do not have a script for this. I'm going to go off my intuition on it. The script is about embracing confidence, embracing joy, and leading a life that you love. So I'm going to take my glasses off since I don't need to read a script. For those of you how many of you have done EFT tapping before? EFT tapping is a beautiful, wonderful way. It is part of the NLP family of resources. It helps you release the negative thoughts, feelings, and emotions, and then repattern with things that you want to be true, that you want to live into. And it follows all of your meridian points. I'm just going to show you quickly. We do the karate chop, we do the inner eye. You could do one side or the other or both. We do the outer eye, one side or the other or both. Under your eye, one side or the other or both. Under your nose, under your mouth, your collarbone. So find your collarbone, go down to the soft spot below. I like to do it like this. Some people do it like this. You get to pick your underarm, which some people will do both or one or the other, doesn't matter. And then the top of your head. These are all of your meridian points. So if you're somewhere where you can join me in doing this brief EFT tapping meditation, I think you're going to really love it. As you're doing EFT tapping, you're going to either repeat after me. Well, you are going to repeat after me either out loud or in your mind. Okay, hold on. I need to put my glasses on and see what Megan just texted. Uh, okay, I left and I came back and it sounds good. Thanks, Megan. That's a question from earlier. I wasn't sure if my sound was working. All right, so now we're going to do this guided EFT tapping meditation. So we're going to start on our karate chop point. You can use either hand. Take a big deep breath in through your nose, out through your mouth with a sigh. Then repeat after me, either out loud or in your mind. Even though I sometimes find it difficult to be confident, I deeply and completely love, honor, and accept myself. Even though I don't always feel worthy of joy, I deeply and completely love, honor, and accept myself. Even though sometimes it can be hard to take up space and prioritize myself, I know that I am worthy of these things. And I deeply and completely love, honor, and accept myself. Right, moving to the inner eye. It is safe for me to ask for what I want, to prioritize myself, to have fun and be playful. It is safe for me to lead with soft confidence, compassion, and trust. Outer eye. I trust that the universe is always looking out for me. What I desire desires me. And the outcomes adjust as abundance flows. Under your eye, I can lead with joy. I find joy in small things and big things. I prioritize time to be joyful and to play. I express gratitude when I recognize I'm experiencing joy. under the nose. Every time I choose joy, I have more confidence, more power, more success. Choosing joy helps me live a life I am madly in love with. Under the mouth. When I lead with joy and confidence, I model that possibility for others. I help other people expand and explore. Prioritizing myself makes me a gift to the world. Collarbone. I'm so excited to lead with confidence and joy. I'm so excited to prioritize myself and make time for my own expansion and growth because I deeply and completely love, honor, and accept myself. Under the arm. I am joyful and confident. I am expansive. I love being me. Everything I desire desires me. The outcomes adjust as abundance flows. Top of the head. I breathe in confidence and joy. I breathe out confidence and joy. And that helps me be a compassionate, kind leader. I am more successful when I embrace my own well being. And I deeply and completely love, honor, and accept myself. And you can gently stop tapping. Take one more big deep breath in through your nose, out through your mouth. And this is where I'd like you to do the Ho'oponopono prayer. Put your left hand over your heart and your right hand over your left. And repeat after me, either out loud or in your mind. Thank you. I'm sorry. I forgive you. I love you. I don't know about you, but I needed that today. I had the idea this morning to do a live EFT here with my live show. I have not done that for a long time. I haven't done it for a long time. And so many of you are new here in this space, and I hope that you enjoyed it. I'd love to hear what your thoughts were. EFT tapping is beautiful. It is a really wonderful way. In fact, my daughter, oh, you needed it too, Megan. I love that. I'm so glad to hear that. My daughter, my 12-year-old, has been having a difficulty sleeping, and she sent me a message this morning. She said, Mama, can you record one of those tapping things for me to listen to when I'm having trouble sleeping? So I'm going to record one for her tonight. We have guided EFT tapping along with hypnosis, subliminal audios, quick win mini courses, all kinds of stuff in the content library for the Spark Collective. Megan's a member of the Spark Collective. If you want to have easy access to that, plus weekly intuitive journal prompts and check-in and accountability and support, the Spark Collective is only $18 a month, and it's worth so much more than that. Again, follow any of the links on any of my bios. It'll lead you straight to the Spark Collective. It's just a really beautiful space. And if you're looking for custom EFT tapping, you're not going to find that on my website. But if you would like me to create a custom EFT tapping recording for you, just reach out. I would be happy to do that. Any of the clients who work with me that are in any of my communities or my spaces, especially my VIP coaching clients, I will create tapping scripts for them based on whatever it is that they want to work on outside of our time together. At the Costa Rica retreat, we're going to do group EFT. We're going to do group hypnotherapy. Who is excited about that? I am so excited to do that. We're also going to have Indigenous practitioners lead sound bath and a blue clay ritual, which is at the edge of the riverbank in Costa Rica. Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir. Yes, people. That's what we're doing. That was one of the most incredible experiences I've ever had in my life, and I cannot wait to share it with my community of people, my people who are traveling across the world to spend 6 days together. to prioritize themselves and their peace. So excited. We're going to do a sound bath, a cacao ceremony. Like it's going to be off the charts, wonderful and relaxing and thought provoking and deep and restful and regenerative. All of that. If you want to go to Costa Rica, spots are legitimately filling up fast right now because now we're about 5 months out from the retreat. So now people are like, oh, I've been meaning to. Now it's time to go. So hit me up or go to my website. You can just pick a room and sign up. But if you want to talk about it, send me a message. Join me on Tuesdays for my Ask Me Anything office hours. Every single Tuesday, I open up my office, my virtual office. It looks just like this to answer any of your questions, to share, to support, to cheer you on. Anything you want to know, it's totally free. You'll find the link to the office hours in my bio as well. And I'll be back next Thursday for a brand new episode of Live with Heather Vickery. Okay, hold on, you guys. I want to read. I've blocked it out. I want to pull a Create Brave card for you, but you're going to have to get really close and personal with me. I'm sorry. Because I forgot to pull my deck of cards out before I set up my setup. I wish I could have a picture of this. I say this every month, but I don't have a backup phone and my kids are not here and my partner's not here. So you could see that I'm Substack, TikTok, LinkedIn, YouTube. We're all over. I've got my notes. Shit is everywhere. But it's kind of cool and it's kind of fun and I get a kick out of it. So the Create Brave cards are a deck of manifestation cards that I co-created with my amazing friend, Rachel Swanson. And they are designed to help you think creatively and strategically about what's showing up in your life and how can you take intentional action to manifest the life of your dreams. Remember that manifestation isn't about declaring something and it magically appears. Manifestation is about declaring something and then shifting the way you show up in the world to make it happen. These cards just help you think of that in a creative, unique way. In fact, I host the Chicago Empower Breakfast. Those of you who are local to Chicago, I would love, love, love to have you join us the second Friday of every month for the Chicago Empower Breakfast. We are generously hosted by the Warwick Allerton Hotel, which is right at Michigan and Huron, right in the heart of downtown Chicago, the Magnificent Mile. This past breakfast, which was a week ago, yes, tomorrow, August 8th, yeah. I did a fun little table exercise for people with the Create Brave card. So if you are a leader, if you run a team, if you have an industry, anything like that, I think these cards are so great for that. So here's what I did is I put like 5 cards on every table because we were broken down into tables. And then I had, starting on the left, I had them read the affirmation word or the focus word and the affirmation, which I'm going to draw a card for you today. Don't worry. And then the table went around. What does this word mean for you? What shows up? What does it tell you? Like, what's your truth when you hear this word? And it was so fun because everybody had a very different truth, a very different experience. We went around the table, everybody read a card, they all talked about it, and then they all made commitments and asked each other to hold them accountable for it. So it was a really fun thing to do. All right. Whoa. Oh, you guys, I haven't had this card come up in ages. I'm really excited. I just shuffled. I always believe when I'm pulling a tarot card or an affirmation card or an oracle card, that the card that jumps out is the card you want. And the card that I pulled is dance. I am in flow with my work and my life, dance. So play with that for a minute. Maybe it actually means physical movement. Maybe it means getting up and swaying and moving. Maybe it means doing some somatic dance, some somatic movement. We're going to do somatic movement at the Costa Rica retreat. We're going to open our mornings with somatic movement. Maybe we'll do a little somatic dancing. But also maybe it means being creative. I am in flow with my work and my life. What would make your work and your life flow easier? What would flow feel like? Right? So get creative. Think about how this could show up for you. I'm not going to read from the guidebook, but we do have, when you buy a set of Create Brave cards, we do have a guidebook, which has the focus word, the affirmation, coaching guidance from me and Rachel, which is like having 2 coaches in your pocket, as well as a Create Brave prompt, a thing you can get out and do right now. So the guidebook is awesome. The deck is awesome. You can buy it on my website. Find the link in all my bios, as well as my books and my journals. If you want to get any of that fun stuff, the Human Design Subliminals, sign up for the retreat, whatever it is, I would love, love, love to continue to connect with you. I will be back next Thursday for Live with Heather Vickery. I am available on Tuesday for open office hours. Make sure you're registered. I see you. I hold space for you. I want to see you win and I want to know how you're winning so that I can celebrate you, that I can help amplify your message and your gift that you're giving to the world because it matters. And because when we rise, we all rise. Let's rise together. Let's take each other on these journeys together of expansion. I love to celebrate your wins. So make sure you're sharing them with me. If you're struggling, if something is challenging, you can share that with me as well. I will always hold space for you. I always say that I'm kind of no, Megan can confirm, I am no nonsense. I do not bullshit. I don't pussyfoot around. I tell you the straight truth and then I give you a hug afterwards. And I tell you, you have done a good job because doing this work is not always easy. Showing up for yourself is not always easy. Sometimes it is really challenging, but you are worth the effort. You are worth taking up space. You are worth love. You are worth respect. You are worth confidence. You are worth joy. You are worth gratitude. You are worth taking time for yourself and self care and prioritizing yourself because you exist. You were born worthy. You were born worthy. And I would love to help you live into that worthiness. Thank you so much for being here, for sharing space with me. I will see you all again very soon, I hope, and please connect in all of the other ways. My name is Heather Vickery, and I am here today and every day to remind you to choose yourself bravely. All right, everybody. Bye. Woo.